Hey folks, how are we doing? I have just done something really stupid, like right before whilst the countdown was happening, I went to take a drink and spilled iron brew all down myself. So that was timely, but never mind. How are we? I can see Robin and I can see Simon, so hello to you both. Simon, you've said that you're listening but not typing because you're not feeling so great. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. I hope it's just something that passes, with a good night's sleep. But um, you know, healing thoughts go your way. Um, yeah, how are we? Taro Diva Ellie, hello, how are you? Um, it's really nice to see you. It's been a long week, so it has. Work's been really intense. Um, so yeah, the week's been kind of uh, yeah, just really long. And I would say I'm glad to have come to the end of it, but I'm actually working tomorrow. I'm working overtime tomorrow, so I've got more fun and games tomorrow. Yeah, Ellie says rest up, Simon. I hope you get well soon. Yeah, same. Um, how's everybody's week been? Have you had a good week so far? I think there's a few that can't really make it today, so it might be a quiet chat today, which is cool. Um, Hi Justin, how you doing? So the chat's weird. It's like I can see um I've got the YouTube chat and then I've got the StreamYard chat. And they move differently. The YouTube chat is just moving normally, I think, but the StreamYard chat is like the messages are coming in clumps. So like three messages are coming through at once. Um, but anyway, hey Justin, how you doing? Says hey Chris and Simon and gang. Um, what was I saying there? Yeah, I was saying that it might be a quiet live because there's a few people that aren't going to be able to make it. I know that Deanne can't make it today. Um, and Simon's not feeling the best, so he's going to watch and listen, but not be as involved in the chat. And I'm sure there was something else. There was another reason I was saying that. Anyway, uh, how's everybody else's week been? Is everyone having a good week? Hi Laurie, how you doing? It's nice to see you. Um, I wanted to put a bit of a question to you. I wanted to get a bit of chat going. I don't know whether to maybe wait until there's more of us. Um, let's see. Oh, people are coming in now. So we've got Wiki is here. Says hi, Chris and chatters. Hi, Wiki. It's lovely to see you. Laurie's wishing Simon the best about getting better. I hope you feel better soon. I hope you get feeling better soon, Simon, is what the message actually says. I think I tried to reword that in my head, but it just didn't work there. Um, let's see. Ellie says, my weeks are very erratic and lots of ups and downs and a burnout since the beginning of April. Trying to get back to work slowly. 10 hours a week right now. How are you? How is it getting back to work? Um, how's the 10 hours a week going? Are you thinking about upping that more soon, or is 10 hours a week more than enough for you just now? Eh, Robin says, I had breakfast today with Matthew Modine. Well, not exactly with him, but he sat at a corner table near me in the cafe. Oh, that's cool, Robin. Did you have a nice breakfast? What did you have to eat? What did I have for breakfast this morning? I had Cheerios, or the Lidl equivalent of Cheerios, which is a breakfast cereal. Don't know if you guys get Cheerios over in the States. Um, let's see. Justin says, I've had the same kind of week, Chris. Always here for you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just been a bit of there's been a lot happening lately. Uh, Ellie says work is better than not working, building up slowly. Good, that's good. I'm glad that at least enjoying it better than you were enjoying not working. Uh, Justin had breakfast with the Queen. We both had breakfast on different continents. Yeah, but see, the Queen would have been having it at a different time from you, eh? Well, in saying that, actually, I think the Queen wakes up at like 6 in the morning, doesn't she? So you've probably not even gone to bed by then, Justin, knowing you. Um, Robin had mini Swedish pancakes with bananas. Your breakfasts always sound really healthy, Robin. Um, like the stuff that you eat. I'm sure I've asked you before, and whenever you have stuff, it always sounds dead fancy. You get Cheerios. All right, okay. Well, that was what I had this morning. Cheerios and milk. Uh, Wiki says a Starbucks breakfast. I had an amazing breakfast on Sunday there. So my husband does like climbing. Like at climbing centres where they have the climbing walls. He does that. And on Sunday just past, he went climbing on Sunday morning. So I kind of had drove us both into town, into the city centre, and he then got an underground, a subway, to where he was climbing. And I just went and sat in a tinderbox. Um, Again, I don't know if you guys have tinderbox, but it's like Starbucks or Costa. It's a kind of a coffee place. I just went and sat in a tinderbox up in Princess Square and had a nice wee coffee. Um, I got I asked for an Eiffel Tower cake, which looks kind of like a strawberry raspberry snowball type thing, but in a square shape. But instead, I got an Empire biscuit, which is like um, two shortcake biscuits, um, sandwiched together with jam in the middle and icing on top. Um, the Empire biscuit was nice, but I want, no, I've got a pure hankering for my Eiffel Tower cake. So I just did that and I took a Rachel Pollock book and read it. And that was my Sunday morning. I took my Mary L book and a notepad, and I was supposed to be reading that and making notes, but I ended up just reading the Rachel Pollock book because it's Mary L Sunday coming. So for those of you that are coming to Mary L group, that is on Sunday coming, and next Thursday the live will be a Mary L study group live. Let's see. So Robin says, Justin, I'm sure you have more than your share of queens in Philly. That is true. Justin says I had a midnight snack with her. Sandy climbing up the walls again. Yeah, that's me. I'm driving him up the wall. What can I say? Uh, I always have puffed grains with banana and oat milk, says Ellie. Looking forward to my breakfast every day. Not getting tired of it. Oh, that's good. Um, Robin says, I wish we had some encouraging news on Rachel's health. I've not heard anything from anyone, though she just celebrated a birthday. Yeah, same Robin. I've not really heard any. Um, I've not heard any updates or anything, which is a shame. But always thinking about her. Like I can't walk into this room, which I'm in all day, every day, well, all day, most days, without seeing her work, without seeing her, So always in my thoughts, and just got to hope that she recovers or she recovers as well as she can. Justin says, keep Rachel in your thoughts and prayers. She's having some health issues at the moment. They are struggling. Oh. I had just finished my 2 mile walk, hit the drive-through, and working from home today, says Wiki. Oh, very nice. Well done you for your 2 mile walk. Um, I was actually working in the office. Thursday's usually the day that I go into the office and work. I'm kind of down below where the comments are, aren't I? It's because my camera's facing me upwards. Sort that. There we are. That's a wee bit better, isn't it? Um, Yeah, Thursday's the day that I go into the office, so that's where I was today. Been ages since I actually finished a book. I start a lot, but never seem to any finish any anymore. Scatterbrained right now. Yeah, I know what you mean. Have you tried audiobooks? They tend to be a wee bit more palatable than books because you can just stick it on and listen to it whilst you're doing something else. You don't need to actually fully stop what you're doing um, to engage with it. Do you know what I mean? So audiobooks are a good shout, I think. Justin, I know you're big on your audiobooks, aren't you? Robin says, Ellie, the struggle is real. I have trouble too. I read and then I nod off. Yeah, that's kind of my trouble. Good idea. Yeah, definitely. Audiobooks are the way forward. I've listened to a few now. Recently, I've listened to the so you know how the Silence of the Lambs, the Hannibal Lecter. Um, I've listened to that book plus Red Dragon and Hannibal, the prequel and the sequel. I've also listened to two of the Raven's Prophecy. You know the Magus Devatar, the Raven's Prophecy creator. She's written a series of books. There's four books in the series. It's called the Raven Boys series or the Raven Cycle series, I think. The first book I think is called the Raven Boys. So I've listened to two of them, and they're really good. So yeah, highly recommend. They you know they talk about they've got tarot in them and stuff. It's quite cool. Um, Justin spoke to Zoe, who's Rachel lives with, is Rachel's friend. Spoke to Zoe yesterday. Afraid they're having a difficult time. She didn't get into detail, but she asked for prayers. Oh, jeez. So everyone, send all your prayers, your thoughts, your spell work, your good mojo, whatever it is that you work with, send it Rachel's way, because sounds like she could use it just now. Ellie says, I love the Raven Boys. I read them all last year. Oh, brilliant. Robin says, Chris, did you ever see the Hannibal TV series with Yeah, I did, Robin. Yeah, I've seen it. It's the grisliest thing I ever saw on TV. Don't know how it passed the censors. Yeah, there's some seriously like gruesome stuff just now. Like I've been watching a series on Netflix called Slasher, and that is very, especially season three, the one we've just finished. It's gratuitously gory. It's like there's just no need for some of the stuff that kind of like the Saw films is what it reminds me of. Um, Keeping Rachel in my healing space, and we'll burn a candle for her. Um, Says Ellie. Yeah, definitely, that's sweet. Um, Justin says, "Are the Raven Boys a gay book?" No, no, it's not gay themed, Justin. It's I'm trying to think. What's the description of it? I can't even look at my phone to tell you. Um, it's kind of hard to describe. Look it up. I reckon you'd like it. It's got plenty of tarot in it, and stuff like that. Like mystic stuff. Mystic stuff. The descriptive me. Um, no, Justin, very magical. Yeah. Hey Ben, how are you? Been missing you. Not seen you around for a while. I hope you're doing okay. It's nice to see you. Uh, Justin, I don't read hetero fiction these days. I mean, it's not really. I wouldn't say it's about gay or straight. It's more the kind of the mystery and the magic, and it's more about all of that. To be honest with you, I would like it's not romance. There's maybe a wee bit of romance in it, like incidentally, but it's not like a romance kind of a series of books. Um, Finally caught alive. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, doing good. Thanks, Ben. Doing good. It's been a busy old few months, I think, since we last caught up. Has it been a few? It's maybe not been that long, but yeah, there's been stuff happening and that. But yeah, doing good. Um, Jones Davy says, "Has anyone read A Walk Through the Forest of Souls? It's been out of print for a while, but it's back in print next month. It's one of my favourite Rachel books." No, so I don't, and I'm keeping my eye on. I know that it's coming out next month, and I'm keeping my eye on it. I have read Soul Forest, which is not the same thing. So this is Soul Forest, and I've talked about it before. It's basically like it's like 24 different kind of article type things that Rachel's been involved in. Some of them are like readings that she's done, and she takes you through kind of the readings that she's done. So this is like Rachel's deck. This is the Shining Tribe tarot, and this is a reading she's done with that, with that deck. And there's lots of them. Really, really good book. So it is, and because of the way that it's kind of a divided up into, is it 24? I think it says 24. 24 tarot writings. Because it's divided up into 24 sections, it's actually really easy to read because it's not like each kind of a section, it's not that long, so it's not like you're committing yourself to a dead long like novel or anything. Um, and it's really enjoyable. So it is. So I would highly recommend that. But sorry, to get back to what you'd said, no, I've not seen a walk through the Forest of Souls, but I fully intend to get it when it comes out again. It's about ley lines, Arthur myth, and such. Yeah, yeah, it absolutely is. So that's I think Justin would actually really like it. Um, I need some hot, steamy action to keep my attention. Oh dear. So you need to be careful, Justin. You don't want to get a paper cut in an unfortunate place. You need to read it. It's similar to Soul Forest. Yeah, I know. I do. And I will. I promise you, I will. Once it comes out, I'll definitely get it. Yep. The book is Forest of Souls. The new edition is updated and expanded. Yeah. Let's see. Ellie says looks interesting. Fox with a book. Hi everyone. Raven Boy sounds so interesting. I have the book series on my reading list. Yeah, definitely. It's worth it. So it is. Um, I have my copy bound in leather. Fantastic book, says Justin. Liz is here. Hi Liz, how you doing? Says hi Chris, how you guys? Jones Davy updated and expanded. I did not know this. Um, I do not have the deck, the Shining Tribe. It looks deep and powerful. Yeah, Ellie, it is. It's one that you kind of need to work with. I've got it. Um, where is it? It's sitting up there. So it is. Oh, you can't see up there because I moved the camera. Um, but yeah, I do have it, and I really like it. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. So it is. Um, but like I say, it's one that you need to work with. You need to kind of read the book to understand where the images are coming from. Well, you don't need to. Who am I to tell you what you need to do? Do you know what I mean? You can do whatever you want with it. You can read it intuitively if you want. But for me, the way I like to read, I like to understand where the person's coming from. So I, I like to read it along with the book and understand what is the image that I'm seeing. Where does that come from, and like, why does that tie in with that card? My hottest action these days is a fresh cup of coffee. A fresh cup of coffee, says Liz. Oh dear. Um, yeah, Rachel mentioned it the last time I spoke to her. I think it's in my last interview, says Justin. Um, as boy George used to say, Liz, I'd rather have a cup of tea. Um, I was going to, so yeah, I've got a question for you. I wanted to float this kind of out there, and get a wee bit of discussion going on this because I think this is, like, what do we all think about the courts? The court cards in tarot. I think they can be quite confusing sometimes. Um, sometimes I feel as though, like, from one night to the other, like when you're trying to get down to the nitty-gritty of it, like what's the difference between, say, the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords? Or, like it's these kind of questions that I think are quite interesting. But one thing in particular I do tend to sometimes struggle with is this, and I've made a wee banner for it so that I can have it on the screen and everything. So, what do we think the difference is? What do we read the difference between the king and the queen and the tarot cards? Okay. Um, like it's funny because they're both rulers. They're rulers. They're both rulers. Yeah, a wee joke. Um, they're both rulers. They're both protectors. Do you know what I mean? Um, they both kind of protect their kingdom in their own way. Like they have a protective nature. What do we think? What do we see as the differences between them? Like the key differences or some of the where they really kind of diverge from each other, I suppose is what I'm asking. Let's see. I wish they would bring it back in print. Oh, the Shining Tribe. Yeah. Although I don't think it's completely impossible to get, Ellie, as far as I'm aware. I got mine about a year ago, didn't I? A year and a bit ago. It was sent to me by a very kind and very handsome individual, who's a good friend. Robin says, I never liked the courts, and nor the jury either. Oh, that reminds me, actually, I've just finished a series called The Anatomy of a Scandal, and it's a um, kind of a courtroom drama. I think there was 6 or 7 episodes. It's on Netflix. Not sure if you guys will get it in the States. It's set in England, but a really good series. So for any of my UK people here, or anyone who's able to get their hands on the series, it's if you like your courtroom stuff and you like I don't want to like kind of describe it, but I don't want to give too much away, but look it up, and if you think it might be your thing, give it a wee watch because it's good. Um, I never understand when you say you don't like the courts, Robin, says Justin. I think a lot of people don't really gel too well with the courts. Ben says, I still struggle with the courts. I try and fit them into personalities. I just read them as the masculine and the feminine side of the same energy. So what does like expand on that for us, Ellie? Like what do you mean? What do you see as like the masculine side of a particular energy and the feminine side of a particular energy? Is it like outward and inward, or active and passive? Like how? Like give us an example, or like kind of a like tell us what you mean. Robin says, I think the king is a bit more dull and sluggish, whereas the queen is more sensitive and at the same time more easily agitated or emotional. Okay. Liz says, I love the courts, but not jury duty. Oh, these are all very funny. Um, you can find it very easily, the Shining Tribe, yeah. Um, I think that Knight of Wands is a saucy minx. Yeah, you're probably right, Ben. He is a bit of a minx, isn't he? Him and his massive wand. Um, Justin's asking, are there any new decks coming out that you guys are looking forward to? Try to think, are there? I'm looking forward to Ross's new deck, Ross Salerno. The new voice tarot. Um, Anna Turian. It's got a couple of like new decks coming out that look fantastic because it's Anna. Looking forward to them. I'm trying to think. I have seen decks that are coming out on. Uh, there's a DC tarot coming out. It comes out on the 1st of November. I know because it's my birthday that it comes out on. Um, but apparently it's been pre-ordered for me already. I was told I wasn't allowed to buy it. Because I was looking at it when I was sitting in bed and I was like, "Oh, look at this," and he was like, "Don't buy it." Uh, Ellie says, "I saw it on eBay, but mostly from the US or the UK. When I see it from an EU country, it's mostly for silly money, which I'm not paying." Fair enough, I don't blame you. Robin says, "The court cards have always felt pretty pointless to me, but then I'm happy to read majors only. We already have the Empress, the Emperor, the Fool, and Swords. The Empress, the Emperor, the Empress, the Fool, and Swords. Why? What swords? Why swords? Are the knights just all in the swords? Oh, that tickled me. Who needs the king, the queen, the page, or the knight? The swords. Oh. I read somewhere that the queen is more the ruler of the internal, the emotions, the personal. The king is more the ruler of the external, the outer world. Okay. Justin says, "My approach is traits or the energy of the traits or actual people." Okay. Jones Davy says, "For me, the courts are aspects of personalities mixed with their elements. So the queens being water are more emotional for me. The kings being air are more thoughtful." Okay, yeah, I would probably tend to kind of agree with you on that. That tends to be how I see the elements aligning. But mixed with the element of the suit, the issue is that we're dealing with an older worldview, so you have to take gender out of it. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Emmy the Grey's here. Hi, Emmy. How are you doing? Hi, Chris and all Tarot Chatters. Doesn't it also depend on what question you're asking? Oh, yeah. I mean, we're talking about tarot here. Everything depends on the question, really, doesn't it? Even if the question is that there is no question, it depends on the question. It depends on, if there's a spread position. It depends on all of that. But I think it's quite good and it can be quite helpful to have discussions just about the cards in general. I know not everyone likes to really assign meanings to the cards. They like to see how they work together, like when they're laid on the table, which is brilliant, which is cool. You know, uh, for me personally, I like to I love I love geeking out about tarot. I'm always doing that, but I find it really helpful to have a chat about like different aspects of cards and you know like different possible interpretations of them. I've always found that really helpful. Jones Davies says the Shining Tribe is on eBay for around $40 new at the moment. So there you go. Anyone that's looking for it. Ellie, it was you that was mentioning it, wasn't it? Whereabouts are you? You can't get the Shining Tribe in the UK. It's pretty scarce here, says Ben. I know that Simon just got it for like £30, free delivery, Ben. So maybe link in with him and see where he got it. Well, I think it was eBay. Yeah, the traditional feminine and masculine attributes, which means they are equal in rank but different in energy or approach of what they stand for. Okay. Um, Jones, Davy. See, I'm not sure if I should be calling you Davy Jones or Jones Davy. So if I'm just using your first name, do I say Jones or do I say Davy? Um, I just want to make sure that I'm getting it right. So new decks are the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot, the Mass Market. Sorry, the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot Mass Market, and the Lorenzi Tarot. Oh, glasses are see because this year is. against my glasses. It's pushing it into my head and it's hurting me. Um, I was hopeful for Ross's, but it's not my style. It's not like the new choice. Yeah, no, it's not. As it's more of a Smith weight. Well, it is a Smith weight. But I still think that I've been kind of watching the cards as he's put them up, and I think they look beautiful. I'm looking forward to the Fyodor Pavlov tarot, says Ben. Emmy the Grey has backed I'm going to say Cyanotype tarot on Kickstarter and just ordered Ritual tarot for my birthday. Other than that, trying to cut down. Excellent. The Fyodor, I like the Fyodor 2, Davey. It's out next month, says Justin. The Knights actually predate the Majors, says Justin. Hmm, fair enough. Uh, the Courts predate the Majors. Right, okay, I've got you. So before Tarot, when we kind of had the kind of playing card variations and the stuff that was leading up to what became the Tarot, um, we had Courts before we had Majors. That was pretty cool. Uh, Ben, it's out of print, says Robin. Yeah, we seem to be getting different advices here regarding whether or not it's out of print. It seems to be that it's pretty freely available in the US, but it's more difficult to get in the UK. But like I say, I know that Simon did get it recently. Anaturian's new decks are going right in my basket, but I have to pay attention to when they come out. Yeah, I know, same. Donna Thompson is here. Hi, Donna. How are you doing? Says hello, Chris and all. For me, masculine and feminine in tarot speaks of the energy, not the actual gender, for me personally. Yeah, fair enough. Let's see. I have the indie. I have obsessive fear of missing out. So I managed to quick draw on one of the Etsy sales. Do you mean the Fyodor Pavlov, Robin? A mass market version is coming out, I believe. What was Robin saying? Well, I thought Robin was talking about the sorry, I thought you were talking about the Shining Tribe, Robin. Um, missed the original, Davy, says Justin. Gender doesn't really come into it for me with the king and the queen. It's where it sits, what the question is, and how the energy is flowing in the spread. Okay. Um, US Games doing the Pavlov, right? Asks Emmy. Ben says I'm looking in the wrong places. I'm anxiously awaiting the cart Pastel deck, but it's coming from Estonia. I've been sort of craving a box of antique photographs. I could just visit a flea market, says Robin. Um, Donna adores the Shining Tribe tarot. Liz says, does eBay charge you guys a fortune over in Great Britain slash Europe? I think it depends. Sometimes you can get things free shipping. Sometimes it can be expensive. It really just depends on on where you get it, I guess. Jones is good, so Jones rather than Davy, that's fine. Being in the Netherlands, I have to pay import fees on all packages from outside the RU. Right, okay. Oh, that sucks. So the Netherlands, that's where you've told me that a million times, Ellie. I'm sorry, I know I always forget it. But that's a shame that you need to pay those import fees. Justin says, I looked at the Stranger Things tarot and almost got it, but didn't love it. I've only seen the stuff that's that's previewed on eBay, not eBay, on Amazon. So I have for that. Um, so Donna says, was that our beloved Rachel Pollock who asked for prayers? Yeah, yeah, Rachel. She's not well at the moment, neither she is. Robin at Toadstool Tarot says you need a little cushion between your glasses and your earpiece. Yeah, do you know what the earpiece actually is really well cushioned, so it is. It's just because I don't wear my glasses all the time. They they annoy me. Do you know what I mean? They irritate me quite easily. Especially if there's something pressing against it. Being in the Netherlands. Oh, I thought I saw that already. Um, so Justin says to Jones, the Star Trek tarot was like that for me. Was like what? Oh, the obsessed, the fear of missing out, the FOMO. I'm going to do backflips for Tarot Arthurian. Yeah, same. It looks really nice, doesn't it? Um, eBay should show you the total, including the fees. Do you read Lenormand at all, Chris? Yeah, yeah, Ben, I do. I've kind of my Lenormand collection. I don't know if you can see it. If I move out the way, is down here. I don't have many decks, but yeah, I mean, I do read with it. I'm not very good at it, but yeah, I took Kelly's class. So Kelly Fitzgerald does she does classes in a lot of things, but she does a Lenormand class every year. And I took it last year. So yeah, no, I can kind of find my way around it. Um, Amy says, I'm not even going to let myself think about Arthurian until it's reissued. Reissued. So this is a new deck that Anaturian is in the middle of creating, Emmy. I'm with you on the Arthurian deck and being excited, but I think I will just cheer rather than backflip, says Liz. Jones says Shining Tribe is out of print but still buyable. Uh, Emmy, I don't know if I've ever anticipated a deck so much. I still have so many decks I still have to deep dive into, but I'm always looking for special decks that are important for the development of Tarot as a system, like the Shining Tribe or the Mariel. Yeah, you're here. Love the Shining Tribe and the Mariel. As you probably all know by now, you're probably sick of hearing me talk about it. V Kestrel is here, listening and lurking. That's okay. I hope you're doing okay, V. Do, do, do. I was playing Queen, I Want to Break Free on the piano at my lesson earlier on. That's why I'm singing those chords. Um, I get a lot of books on eBay, says Justin. Jonathan, hi Jonathan, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Uh, Ben, sorry, but did you tell me why you were asking about Lenormand? Were you just asking in passing, or were you asking for a reason? Um, let's see. What what's this about Tarot Arthurian? Asked Jones. So it's it's an Arthurian deck. It's based on the kind of Arthur legends, Jones, and it's Anaturian. So the creator of Tarot of the Abyss, um, and the Bonestone and Earthflesh, Oracle of Echoes, none of which I can apparently put my hand on right now. Um, she is illustrating the deck. She usually works in kind of a line art and watercolor. Her art is stunning. So it's yeah, I can't wait for it. I'm really looking forward to it. Um, Donna says, sorry to hear that about Rachel. Prayers rising for her. Ben says, I had no idea that Rachel wasn't well, so sorry to hear this. We'll light a candle for her. That headset is part of your YouTube persona, Chris. I know. I know. Um, she's put the word out that all good energy sent her way is welcome. Yeah. In fact, do you know, why don't we light a wee incense stick for her while we're here? Um, let's do that. Oops. Time are we on? 21:41. That's relevant to lighting the incense, but right, okay, so we're lighting this for Rachel and hope that um we wish her healing and a speedy recovery. Um and our thoughts go out to her. There we go. I'll pop that over there just now and just let that burn away. Okay. Robin says, yeah, these theme tarots are really pushing it. Orshate did a Britney Spears tarot. I mean, come on, really? No offense to obsessed fans, but Britney and tarot are words that don't connect for me. Yeah, but I mean, so I know that they maybe don't connect for you, but I mean this is the thing. Like they'll always connect for something, for someone. Do you know what I mean? Like I've seen some tarot decks that I think are absolutely hideous, but I tell you that they will be someone's soul deck or they will be someone's favorite deck. You know, they will work for someone. Um, so no, I think it's good that we have such a wide variety of different kind of decks and stuff. I'm going to open this window slightly just because otherwise we're going to get smoked out. There we go. I'll leave that like that just now. Try and direct the smoke, redirect the smoke. Go, go that way. There we go. Um, so yeah, I love that we've got so much variety. Shout out to Kelly. That was when I was mentioning our Lenormand class. Um, Ben says, thanks, Emmy. I'll say a prayer. I got a beautiful Lord of the Rings deck, Geek Alert from Etsy. It goes in and out of inventory. It's got it. Is it? I think I might know what one it is because I've been looking at it as well. Um, let's see. I'm gonna. Is it the one that's got very subtle color coding? Because Kelly Fitzgerald, just as we say, big up Kelly. Excuse me, just as we say, big up Kelly. She's done a walkthrough of it. I'm sure she did it live. Let's see, Lord of the Rings Tarot. Um, and it was really, really good. Deck looks stunning. So, is sorry, don't mind me whilst let's see, right hand screen. Is that it? Is that the one that you mean, Liz? Because yeah, I think that's a beautiful deck. Oh, I've lost the comment. We've lost where I was. There we go. Jones says Kelly's journey tokens are a fab oracle system. It's not something that I've ever tried actually. But Robin, you have to love Oops, I Did It Again. Yeah, I think Britney's got some really good songs. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a die-hard Britney fan, but I do really love some of her songs. I think the Britney Spears is an oracle, says Ellie. Ditto, thanks, Amy, will do, says Donna. Lenormand class 2022 starts on August 27th. I'll be in the class, says Pamela. Hi, Pamela, by the way, I'm not sure if I said hello to you. What was that I heard about an Arthurian tarot deck? So it's Tarot Arthurian, and it's in the process of being created at the moment by Anna Turian, who made Tarot of the Abyss, Bonestone and Earthflesh, Oracle of Echoes, Tarot of Hidden Waters, all of these decks. See JD in the house, happy anniversary. It looks like you and the fan or the family had a nice day out. Anna is a queen of tarot creators. Yeah, agreed. I've just started learning Lenormand, Chris, and wondered if you read with them, says Ben. Ah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm not the best at it because I don't really know. I'm not that clear on what all the cards mean and what they mean in different situations. So usually I'm fumbling about with the book a lot of the time. Although when I was doing the class, I did get to a place where I was kind of okay at it. Um, but yeah, it's a fun system to use. It's a good one. Like when you get into it. Have you got a particular deck that you like using, Ben? Like a favourite? I thought you were announcing the Matthews Arthurian Tarot as being republished. No, sorry, Pamela, we were talking about something different. Um, Jonathan saying, Aloha, Justin. It was a great day with amazing vistas all day long. Um, Donna says, yeah, let's do something for Rachel together. Justin, I showed Stephen your pictures at the beach and he was jealous. Very sweet, sending healing energy for Rachel, definitely. I mean, if there's anyone who's kind of inspired us and who we can say of that we wouldn't be here if it weren't for her, then surely Rachel's got to be right up there. Do you know what I mean? For a lot of people. Um, I don't think my relationship to the tarot would not be the same were it not for Rachel. I'm pretty sure the majority of the tarot reading world today can probably say that. Whether that's through her books, through her deck, through the various things that she's done, for tarot, because it's not just the books and stuff that she's created, but how many people has she inspired to create, to write books, to create decks and whatnot. Like it just would not be the same place without her. She's given so much of herself and so much of her energy to what we do, and yeah, I think it's nice to think that we can give a wee bit back at a time like this. Uh, yeah, sending healing energy. Our tarot godmother, says Donna. Um, she is by far my favourite tarot teacher and author. She deserves every bit of love and respect that she gets from the community. Yep, 100% agree. Debbie's here. Hi, Debbie. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Don't worry about being late. I hope that you're having a nice evening. Is that right? No, actually, it's not the evening for you guys yet, is it? It's more like the afternoon coming into the evening. Um, it's the fool's journey, Robin, says Emmy. Uh, Alicia Jade says hello all, or hi at all, sorry, I'll stop paraphrasing. Alicia Jade, is that how I'm pronouncing that? Alicia. It's lovely to see you, lovely to have you here. I'm not sure if I've met you before, so if it's your first time here, then you're very welcome. Everyone give Alicia a warm welcome. Um, let's see. Took a moment to send Rachel some healing energy and really felt it connect. She's receiving everything that we send. Yeah, I hope so, because she deserves it. She deserves everything that we can send and more. Um, Rachel is a living legend, and her impact on tarot is something that should be celebrated. She's also an amazing, caring human. Yeah, she is. Um, I know that. So we've recently discovered that Simon, our very own Simon from the Hermit's Cave, has got a bit of a side passion for fountain pens. Um, did you all know that Rachel has a passion for fountain pens as well? She actually there's a YouTube video out there. I think it's YouTube. I think it's on YouTube. There's a video out there where she's done an interview and she actually spends a good bit of it talking about like her fountain pen collection. Really, really good, really worth the watch. It'd be helpful if I could find it for you, wouldn't it? Let's see. Um, is- no, that's not it. This is it. Behind the Magic with Rachel Pollock, a freedom-loving adventurer. I'm sure this is the one. Um, let's see. I'll post a link in the chat for you. Liz says, yeah, very subtle. It's the one that Kelly showed. I love it. Yeah, good. I'm glad you like it. Just glad to have it. I just had to have it, and that's the one. Yeah, I'm feeling it too from her. Says Donna. Saw a walkthrough of the Star Trek Next Generation deck, and it only makes sense if you know all of the characters, and the pips are pointless. I think it's just a cash grab, says Robin. The card stock is lovely, and I'm a Lord of the Rings nerd. Brilliant. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Um, Ellie says most of them are. Uh, Joan says to Justin, agreed, an author. Um, I love her book, The Fisher King. That's the one that I was reading in Tinderbox. That's the one I was reading on Sunday there. A novel in 5 stories. Yeah, I just started it, so I have. I started it when I was sitting there. Debbie says I won the Little Wizard Tarot on Tarot Oracle's channel. It is a Harry Potter deck. Nice. I actually got the Game of Thrones tarot, even though I never watched it. That deck even works if you don't know the show. I love it, says Ellie. I know that Kristen likes the Game of Thrones tarot. Like Madge, I like some songs by Britney, but she's not a big thing for me. There are so many decks. The Britney deck could be the deck for someone. Yeah, that's true. Um, so Jones to Ben says Lisa loves Lenormand is my current favorite YouTube teacher. Lisa loves Lenormand. There we go. Uh, uh, Wiki needs to take a call. Take care. All. Thanks very much for being here, Wiki. It was lovely to see you. And you take care as well. I hope that your call goes well. Um, I have the Game of Thrones deck. It works very well, says Liz. Uh, it's a French deck. What is just? It's a French deck. The creator is actually Claire Duval. It's a collaboration. Uh, checking out Lisa Loves the Normand. If someone wants to post a link to Lisa Loves the Normand's channel, then please feel free to do so. The Matthews Arthurian Tarot isn't hard to find, I don't think. Easy to get on eBay. The card, okay, but the Card Geek and Donna Lee Delarose. Robin says to Liz, I see where there's some new Game of Thrones related TV series coming. I never saw the first one. Um, I think I'd be lost using that deck. Oh, who was just saying that they're obsessed with? Was it Liz that was saying? Um, yeah, Liz, you were saying that you got it and you're a Lord of the Rings nerd. Are you looking forward to the new series that's coming out on? Is it Amazon Prime? It's coming out on the new Lord of the Rings series. I think that looks really good. I can't evaluate whether it would work for someone who's never seen the show. I think it would, but some of it might be confusing, says Liz. Jones says, unsolicited Lenormand advice, find one set of meanings of the cards and stick to them to start with. Yeah, it's probably a really good kind of idea of Lenormand because of the style that we tend to read Lenormand, and also because there's the French way and the German way. Um, I think you're probably right. It is probably a good idea to kind of find your own meanings for it, and stick to that. I like the Under the Roses Lenormand, Chris. Did a reading last night, which was interesting, but I had to ask my brother to help me interpret it. Oh, cool. Does your brother kind of sling cards as well, Ben? Um, that's really sweet. I didn't know that your brother helped you with stuff like that. Pamela says, me too, Chris. Rachel Pollock is my number one tarot insight teacher. I'm always reading and rereading her books. Robin says, Chris, I wanted to say thank you for your interpretation of that Two of Wands card that I posted from the Tarot Nova. You gave me insight to think about the wands pushing forward the character. Oh, you're welcome, Robin. I'm glad that it was helpful. I need to experience the Rachel and Mary Amiga experience, says Jonathan. Yeah. Uh, and I am for the living for the House of Dragon coming up in just 3 days. My geek runneth over, says Liz. Um, cannot recommend it highly enough. I was just there this summer. Sadly, of course, Rachel was not there this time. Alicia. Okay. Well, it was lovely to have you, Alicia. I would have loved to have attended this year, says Jonathan. Justin says, unfortunately, Amiga is when I go on vacation. The pens, the pens, that's when I call Simon Satan. Oh, love that you finally got a Twisby. Oh, is that what the latest video was? Because I've not watched that yet. I know he was talking about getting a Twisby. Those are the ones where you don't need to kind of like you don't need to unscrew, and it's not a converter. Like the actual thing for bringing in the ink is on the pen. Is that right? Um, I was watching the Gooley Pen Company did have a video about But I was watching one of their videos recently where all of their staff members say what their favourite all-time fountain pen is, and there was a lot that mentioned Twisby's. Um, Closet pen fans, eh? Says Ben. I need to check these videos out. It can't beat a good bit of stationery. Yeah, I am this. I agree 100%. I love a good bit of stationery, and I do love my fountain pens. I've only got three, but I mean, I love them. Uh, she's holding a pen up. I believe it is that one, says Jones. What? What's that one? It reads as though there should be a comment before that, Jones, but there's not. The last comment from you that I can see before that is this one where you've said unsolicited Lenormand advice. Unless I'm just not understanding. Uh, Pen pals, Ben, says Robin. Um, I just do not want to catch the fountain pen bug. Yeah, you're probably right. Um, I have to run, guys. Stay well, says Justin. See you later, Justin. It was good to see you. Tell Stephen I said hi as well. It can be done without too much dollars. Good news is they last practically forever. Yeah, that's true. Um, Although I've got one of mine, I need to get a new converter for it. Because the converter's broke. Couldn't have been a very good one. Um, Donna says hi again. Just switched to my tarot account while saving that link from Chris of Rachel's interview. Love watching these. Um, Jones says, get a copy of either French Cartomancy or Grand Tableau Lenormand, as you can instantly tell what each card is. Plus, get a set of playing cards and write on the meanings in the title. Yeah, or even like if you can draw, Ben. I started doing this. I got a set of playing cards and I was sanding off the. I mean, you can kind of still see them, but I was sanding off the playing card pips, and I was going to draw on my wee Lenormand symbols, but I never finished it. Ben says, added to my list, Davy. Um, may treat myself. It's hard to find the complete Arthurian tarot. I've been searching for months. I don't want to spend $190 on it. They should be really cheap, says Jones. No, my brother doesn't read, but I think he has the gift. It's just not his thing, but it helps me sometimes to interpret stuff if I'm struggling to see the meaning. Oh, that's really sweet. That's really nice. That you've got a close relationship. Um, oh, that's nice. It is, Robin. Cue the music. What did you say? It's a family affair. It's almost 11 p.m. here, says Ellie. I have to say goodnight, my friends. I'm up early tomorrow. Wishing you a lovely weekend. I'm up early as well, actually. I'm working tomorrow. I'm working overtime, so I'll be up at around about 6 for my sins. Uh, we're saying goodnight to Ellie. Alicia, that's great, Ben, to have other interpretations. Hopefully, he will cave in eventually. Yeah, the link that I shared, that you were talking about Rachel, the pen that she was holding, yeah. And he's got some lovely new ink. A deep magenta, very nice. Um, yeah, it looks like he got the Twisby vacuum fill, which is next level trickery. Quick, Pamela, put on your mask. I used to enjoy using fountain pens, but I always managed to make an inky mess of it. Don't let me near a bottle of ink, says Robin. Oh, um, right, I'm shuffling away. I've got This Might Hurt tarot that I've been shuffling. So does anyone want a reading? What I'll do is I'll change over the banner just now. So if anyone wants a reading, then pop it in the. Let me change this actually, because nobody ever. If someone ever asks a question that I'm not comfortable with, I can just. What do I need to do? I need to do that. I just feel as though that sounds a wee bit, I don't know, snipey when I put it like that. So for readings, please put your question in capitals and or tag at Elemental Cartomancy. Um, yeah, if anyone wants a reading, then pop your question in the chat. Uh, Robin says, "Do you want to pull a card for Rachel?" Sure. Well, so we can pull a wee card for her, just for some healing energy for her. Usually funny about third party, reading for someone when they've not asked for it, but it's not really the same. We're not trying to read her future, get into her business. We're pulling a card to kind of try and send her some love and energy. So let's do that then. Uh, so let's see a card for Rachel. I think this one. So I've got the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. So Pentacles, we often associate that with being about like money, finance, material goods, the material world. But um, Pentacles can be about anything that brings us safety in our lives. It's the things that we value, the things that make us feel safe, and believe it or not, our health is one of the things that Pentacles talks about a lot. Um, it's nice that we see the Four of Pentacles coming out because the Four is traditionally a number of stability. It's a number of bringing order into things. Um, so this suggests that Rachel's in a place right now where our health is a number one priority. That our health and just that kind of creating that safe space, that security for herself, and bringing that order about um, in in our life. And that's what we all wish for her. That's what we're all sending our best wishes, our prayers, our thoughts, our healing energy, our loving energy. And ultimately this is what we want to do. We want her to feel safe and secure, happy, healthy, content. Um, yeah, that's how I would interpret this for her. So lots and lots of love going out to Rachel just now, from all of us, from the whole community. Um, Just hope that she makes a speedy recovery. Jonathan, should I jump through the hoops or should I find a new path? There's something. Cards flipping over all over the place here. I'd, so this is these are just like kind of the impressions that are coming to me as I'm shuffling and as cards are jumping around in my hands and stuff, Jonathan. I'm so you kind of from your question, it feels like you feel as though you're banging away at something, you're not getting anywhere. You feel as though you're having to expend, you're having to put in a lot of energy in order to get to where you want to be. This is the kind of a jumping through hoops thing. Um, I feel as though it might not actually be as bad as that, you know? It might be that actually you've put in a lot of work, and although it maybe feels like a, a bit aimless, it maybe feels as though you're not really getting anywhere. Actually, I feel as though you are. It won't be long until you're able to reap the rewards, of the hard work that you've done. Let's pull some cards for you though. Do you know what? I feel as though whatever decision that you make, you'll be fine and you'll be able to make something of it, Jonathan. Um, th- Continuing along your current path feels a lot warmer, it feels a lot nicer, a lot more familiar and safer. So it does. It feels more kind of a warm and fuzzy to me. Um, I don't know what it is that you've got going on. I'm getting you're feeling a wee bit scunnered. I'm feeling a wee bit fed up. Um, and you're not sure that you actually want to continue along that path. Hence the question, I suppose. Um, the the option to finding a new path, to starting something new. I mean, again, the Emperor's coming up, so yeah, I mean, you could do that, and you would absolutely be able to make something successful of it. But I just don't feel as though you'd have as an enjoyable a time of it as if you keep doing what you're doing. I feel as though what the impressions that I'm getting is that just just a wee bit longer. You're actually doing really well. You're doing a lot better than what you think you are. And it maybe lacks that emotional connection right now. But one of the cards that flipped round when I was shuffling was the Ace of Cups. So I feel as though you're going to get that emotional connection soon. You just need to kind of hang in a wee bit longer. Okay. Another card that flipped was the Seven of Pentacles. And for me, I mean, it shows someone who maybe kind of feels as though they're not getting anywhere for all the work that they've put in. But in truth, there is actually, there's going to come a time where they're going to be able to kind of reap the rewards. Just maybe not quite yet. It's just about waiting for the right time. Okay, so hang in there, and see how you get on. But just know that if you want to, you could make an absolute success of it if you choose to kind of take a new path just now. Okay, thank you. Sandy brought me a tea. That's why I was saying thank you out into the ether. Um, I hope that was helpful, Jonathan. Jones says, "Night night, everyone. It's been fun chatting. I hope to catch you all again." Well, it was lovely to see you, Jones. Thank you very much for being here. And yeah, sleep tight. Have a good sleep. I'll hopefully catch you soon. She's been working with the star, so if you light a candle for her, maybe put one of those out with it. That Rachel. Um, hold good health close, says Robin. Conserve our bodily energy and hold tight to it. I love the This Might Hurt tarot. It's such a great deck. Yeah, agreed, Alicia. Okay, any advice on prospects for moving house? I'm currently looking at options. What do we think about Ben moving house then? What do we have to say about that? Okay, we have to say about Ben moving the house. Oh, that Seven of Swords has got a lot to say for itself just now, hasn't it? Um, right, okay. I feel as though you're pursuing something right now, Ben. There's maybe something you've got your eye on, or there's maybe some. It might be a particular house or a particular area or something right now that's in the works that's attracting you towards it. But I don't feel as though that's right for you. I don't feel as though that's going to be the path for you. I feel as though that's going to kind of come to an end, and it will then be for you to kind of find something else. There's something there, but it's just that it doesn't have staying power, I think. Um, the advice from here seems to be like, maybe going to have to look at, problem solve. Problem solving is going to be the key. Okay, not everything is going to be plain sailing. All right, you're going to have to be innovative. You're going to have to think, right, find different ways of solving problems. Find alternative solutions to problems. Not everything is going to happen just as it like the solution, the immediate solution that comes to mind isn't necessarily going to be the thing that's going to get you from A to B. Do you know what I mean? Being innovative is, that's what I'm talking about. You're going to maybe need to think about taking a different approach to certain things. Um, the Five of Pentacles is why I'm suggesting that this kind of the thing that the journey that you're on right now, the thing that you're attracted towards right now. I don't know if you've got your eye on somewhere particular, Ben, or if this is maybe more less about the particular place and more about the reasons, you know. It might just be saying, right, the time's not right now. But I just don't feel as though that's coming to anything, I don't feel as though that's leading to anything. I feel as though there's something else for you that will probably come after that. Okay. And maybe that's why the seven's coming out because it's saying, No, no, it seems great on paper, but in actual fact, it's not all as it seems, and you're going to have to find another way, you know. Um, so yeah, it's interesting. I'd be interested to know more specifics and to dive into it with you, um, because I'd like to know what exactly the Knight of Cups is referring to. Um, but anyway, I hope that was helpful. We're holding Rachel close to our hearts. Says, yeah, that was your interpretation of the cards. Yeah, is that Elvis Costello and the Four of Pence? Says Liz. Um, or rather, people have sent her star cards or, or put out on her behalf. Says Emmy. Alicia says, am I on the right path or should I move on? This is your work. We're looking at Alicia's work path. This three of swords could mean different things depending on what exactly it is that you do, Alicia. Um, this is either saying actually what's going on right now is, it's pretty painful. It's a painful process for you, and from that point of view, the advice in the Knight of Swords there could be, move quickly, move beyond it, get over it and move past this. You know, this is just this is a phase that you need to get through. However, if this could also mean, I mean, we've got the swan here. It's a white bird. Potentially, you could be looking at a symbol of like innocence here. So it could be the innocence that's getting knifed here. And obviously the swords are a symbol of the intellect, of learning, of expanding or understanding. So it could be that you're learning new things, and this is just an eye-opening experience for you that you're going through right now. And yeah, sure, it might be kind of painful, or it might be like abrupt. It might be that the process you're going through right now feels really abrupt. Um, but yeah, that's so it can mean different things. It depends on the nature of the work that you do. So that would be quite interesting to know. Um, I, and I feel as though the way that I interpret the other cards differs depending on where we're sitting with this. But you see how in the night, if I hold it a bit closer, you've got this bird that is flying around about. So I feel as though what this is saying is you're not always going to feel like this. You're not always going to be pinned down. You're not always going to be restricted like you feel right now. In actual fact, it won't be long before you're free to fly. Um, you kind of just need to get through this current phase. You get through it by getting through it. Um, and then the king coming out in the end, the king suggests that, I mean, here it's all about, gaining understanding, expanding that understanding. Um, the knight for me is like all with that kind of a fiery, active energy. It's still a swords card, so it's all still about, learning. It's about the intellectual kind of a side of it. Then we get the King of Pentacles coming out. So we see you advancing, we see you progressing, but your element is changing. You're starting to kind of be able to enjoy the material side of it. It's starting to provide that security for you. You know. So I think it feels as though there's definitely an encouragement to kind of stick it out. As long as I've picked up on this properly. Um, I can understand that it maybe feels like a bit of a painful process right now, but it's not always going to be like that. Um, so yeah, I hope that was helpful for you. Um, I think that's what I'm going to go with for these cards. Um, okay, it makes total sense for you. Right. Okay. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that made sense, and I'm glad it was helpful for you. Um, I'll put out the star from the Anna K with a candle tonight. Love and light to Rachel, says Liz. Jonathan says, thanks, Chris. Confirmation of what I'm feeling. Right, that's good, Jonathan. I'm glad. Um, I thought you were thanking Spirit. It was Sandy the whole time, says Liz. Yeah, it was Sandy. He brought me my tea. Oh, that's funny. Um, Ben, take the one with jacuzzi. Uh, Absolutely. The Seven of Swords insists on being on the table today. It does, doesn't it? Maybe it has a deeper message for us. Uh, Makes total sense. Thank you for that. It really hit. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Laurie says, can I get a reading on the situation around my mum's house? Of course you can. Let's see. So let's have a look at the situation around Laurie's mum's house. Let's see if we can't get some insight into that. It's come out as well, but we'll put that to the side. Okay. Oh, Hierophante. Knight of Cups as well. Coming out again. Getting lots of the same cards appearing, aren't we? The situation that's the card that's come out for the situation is the Hierophant. Um, again, without more context, it's one of these things where it could mean, a couple of different things. Um, fives can be about change. Um, so the Fool's journey, the Fool from he learns about the active side, about how to engage with people, and the magician, and about his gifts and how to use them. He becomes inspired by the magician. The high priestess, it's more about the passive kind of qualities that he has. Kind of teaches him, there's some things that you're not ready for yet, for one thing. She also teaches him the value of sometimes being passive, the value of not taking action. Um, and also it's about appreciating all of the knowledge that you have within you. Okay, because the high priestess represents all of the knowledge in the world. It's a kind of a like she kind of says to him, you know, there's a lot of things that you've got that you know. There's a lot of information up there. There's a lot of power in that brain of yours. You're not ready to access it all yet. Okay, but it is there. There's an infinite amount of wisdom and power within you, and he kind of gains an appreciation for that, but also appreciates that he's maybe not necessarily ready for it yet. He then comes to the Empress, who's like the archetypal mother. The Emperor is the archetypal father. So the Empress is kind of a um, creativity, creation, nurturing, loving. She kind of encourages the fool along. She showers him with love and um, kind of really encourages him, makes him believe in himself, and encourages him to be his best self. The Emperor teaches order, definition, order, structure, uh, discipline. So teaches the fool the value and things being in order. So far through these four cards, the fool has learned very kind of earthly lessons. Um, you know, very much concerning himself and how he exists in this earthly plane. We then come to the Hierophant. The fool comes to the Hierophant, and the Hierophant basically says, "Well, do you know what? There's some things that are beyond the earthly plane. There's some things that you're just not going to be able to explain that are beyond." Um, and the Hierophant kind of asked the fool to have faith. You know, asks him to believe in something that he can't get tangible proof for. Um, it's that change in perspective, you know. It's that kind of a shift in that he's asking of the fool and it causes a lot of conflict. It causes a lot of difficulty. And it's an absolute shift. It's like moving the goalposts. In fact, if we're talking about some sort of um, ball sport, it's kind of like taking it from a 2D sport to a 3D sport. Do you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden you're working in three dimensions, you're flying about rather than just playing on a field. It's that absolute shift that causes the turmoil that we see in the fives. Um, and that's what the Hierophant does. And that's why the fives are linked to both conflict and change. That was a big long story for just reading the Hierophant for this situation, but let's take it back to that. So the situation around your mum's house. So there's maybe something that's changing. I, d- I don't know whether your mum's looking at selling the house. Oh, hang on, we're trying to transfer the property. There have been some blocks. Right, okay, okay. So you are trying to encourage this change along, right? Got you, got you. Um, the Hierophant, so there's been some blocks. I mean, the Hierophant is sitting with the crossed keys. The Hierophant, organized religion for a lot of us is a block. That's what it represents to us. Um, so yeah, the Hierophant could be talking about that. The We've got another five here, so that's the five of the Hierophant. We have the five of Wands, which represents kind of the conflict and the struggle, the kind of the active side of the five. If you actively put your energy into the into that kind of um that conflict, that change, that conflict energy, then you land at the five of wands. Um, Quite often, what we see and what we see here is the dogs here. They're all putting lots of energy into this thing, but they're not getting anywhere. Um, and that's maybe an advice for you and for your mum. There's lots of energy being put into something, but take a step back and look and see, is this actually getting me anywhere? Because the thing about the Five of Wands is we see the energy all misfire and misdirecting, and we see a big fight when they could, and this is the point, they could be working together, you know. Um, Competition can be a really kind of a beneficial thing for us, if we use it to drive ourselves forward. If we use it to beat ourselves down and hold ourselves back, then it's not such a good thing. But this five of wands energy can be used in a beneficial way. But what I would suggest is have a look at what the energy that's been put into the situation just now, and think, right, actually, is there a way that we can that we can just redirect some of that fire energy, in order to make it happen. We've got a knight coming out at the end. The knights are, it's a symbol of movement. He's on a motorbike there. It does suggest that there is going to be movement in the end. And I mean, we see the three figures all kind of they're facing each other. The Hierophant standing still, although the animals are probably moving in that card, they're not getting anywhere because, like I say, that energy's all been wasted. Whereas the knight is very definitively moving off in a certain direction and it's away from all of this. It suggests to me that the outcome of this situation, Laurie, is that you know things are going to turn out they're going to turn out okay. I just think that maybe you're going to have to look into um how that energy's been expended. Um, For the card that flipped out, was the nine of wands. That's maybe just reflecting how yous must all be feeling at the moment. You feel as though you're not getting anywhere. You feel as though you're absolutely fed up with this process. You're done in with it. You've had enough. Um, you just feel as though you've been through the wars. Like that, we see someone here who's battle scarred, who's wounded, and it's getting to a point where they're like, "Is this ever going to end?" The answer is yes, it is. You're almost there. Just kind of heed some of this advice, especially the advice about how the energy's been put in. And I'm sure that you'll find yourself moving forward like the Knight of Cups. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Okay. Ben's got a dash. Lovely been spending time with you all. Thanks again for the reading. You're welcome, Ben. Um, I like this deck, the Three of Swords. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. The Three of Swords had a really strong hit to it, and the Knight of Swords had that movement forward. King of Pence has stolen my mum's chair. Forever Thereafter, welcome, and we absolutely do have time. Uh, what should I do about a new place to live? I've had a few questions tonight about properties and changing properties, moving home. Okay, so what should Forever After do about a new place to live? What advice do we have for them? The Knight of Cups has come out again. So hang on, right? Because that came out in Ben's reading. So Ben's reading, um, Laurie's reading, and now you're reading Forever After. The Knight of Cups has come out in all three of the readings that I've done about moving home. How cool is that, and how weird and freaky is that at the same time? So can we just in the same vein, I'm going to say, I think the outcome is you do find a new place to live. I do think that we're going to see you moving, because this is the kind of the future or the outcome or the result card, and we see that definitive movement forward. So that's good. Right now the situation seems to be so we see you sitting looking out. The Three of Wands for me has always been about a card of action. Lots of action happening in the threes. It's a card of expansion, of growth, of creativity, and that with sort of fire being such an active suit, it feels as though there should be more happening in it than what we see here. But I think what we're seeing is so these ships that this person is looking out onto, they represent all that energy that they've put out into the world, and now they're kind of anticipating what's coming back. You know, so it suggests to me that right now you're in a place of researching. You're looking at different homes. You're looking at maybe what you can get for your current home, if that's even something that you've got to worry about. You know, you're very much just researching. And what I would say is, for me, the Three of Wands has always been a card of, just giving you that nudge out the door. It's like, do you know what, you can do this, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Take that next step. Is what that's always said to me. The advice card that you've got is the Ten of Swords. Moving house is a stressful business, okay? It really kind of pushes you to your limits. And there are times where you'll be like, I just wish that I hadn't started this. Why did I do this to myself? Um, that night quickly, the dawn quickly comes in. What am I trying to say? Um, That that doesn't last forever, okay? That's over quickly. Okay, in the card, we see the kind of the sun rising after what's been a difficult night. We see the sun rising again. Um, and whilst there, it might feel as though you lose a part of yourself in the process. Now, remember, we're talking about moving house here, not just moving house, but moving home, right? A home is where the heart is. A home is part of you. So when we move home, there is a kind of a finality to it. There is a feeling that we're leaving something, that we're leaving part of ourselves behind. But that's part of the natural process. You need to do that in order to find this new part of yourself that's at this new place. Okay. So I think that you need a nudge. Okay. I think you need to take the next step for one. Um, Acknowledge that it is going to be a painful process. Um, just kind of be wary of that, and be as prepared as you can be for it. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be tough times. It's going to be difficult. But the cards are quite promising for you. It does look as though you're going um, you are going to get to where you want to be. Um, Things are looking quite good. Okay, and I mean, again, the the Knight of Cups. We see him on a motorbike, we see him moving off, but crucially, we see him moving in a different direction to what we see the other characters in the card. This one is also still and looking out in a different direction, and the knight is moving off towards the right. So it may well be that you find yourself not going where you thought you were going to be going. So be open to new possibilities, be open to new ideas, be open to new places that you perhaps you maybe wouldn't have seen yourself living before. Um, so yeah, and follow your heart, as the Knight of Cups always does. Okay, wings on the Knight of Cups helmet is cool, says Liz. Yeah, um, spot on. It's taken a long time and a lot of energy on my part. I am so done with dealing with it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Laurie. That's rough. But fingers crossed that you get there. I'm sure you will. Um, Thank you so much. It's good to hear it's almost over. Yeah, it must be. Uh, it's to be the start of the academic year. A lot of movement, says Liz. The Knight of Cups is moving today. Yeah, yes. No house of my own. Yeah, I need a nudge. Ten of Swords is right on. It's been very hard. Well, I'm glad that it was helpful. Okay, guys, I will love you and leave you there. Because as I've said, I'm up early tomorrow, and I don't think we've got any more questions for the cards, have we? So coming up, we have the Marielle study group. On Sunday, it's on Zoom, meeting on Zoom. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting updates about it there. I'll also be posting details in the Barely Balanced Tarot group on Facebook. So if you're on there, then check it out. And if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, then you should see, I normally do a community post. So you should see a post come up with details of the Zoom and stuff. But the Zoom is on Sunday. We study the Marielle Tarot, this deck here. And we are on to the 8th. We're looking at the 8s, the 4 8 cards in the Marielle this month. Sunday on Zoom, the following Thursday, so 1 week today, we will be doing the 8s as well again, but on YouTube. So I do it on Zoom and on YouTube. Okay, got in late, but enjoyed every minute, says Beth. Thank you, Chris, and bye to all in chat. Thanks, Beth. See you later. Ciao, Bellas. Take care. Take good care, says Artis, and it says Donna. Thank you, Chris, and bye to everyone here chatting and lurking, says Pamela. Oops, and Fox with a book says bye, everyone. Interesting readings. Take care. Thanks, Chris, and everyone in chat. It's been very interesting as usual. Hello, goodbye, and thanks, says forever we're after. All right, guys, take care and have an amazing weekend, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Bye bye.